My mother was Helen Wood, and she was a high school teacher in Stuttgart, Arkansas. She taught the business courses. And in the early 60s, she developed ovarian cysts that would burst and she would pass out. So they decided to take out her female organs, had a hysterectomy. And in the course of doing that, they found some traces of cancer in the fallopian tubes. So they decided they should do something right away with that. And so she had chemo and radiation, and the radiation gave her some burning of the skin and so forth, but it put it off into remission for a number of years. But then it developed into colon cancer. She found a colon cancer just poking around at her stomach, and she went in to the local doctor, and he decided to do surgery on that, and she was put on chemo and did really well on chemo. She never lost her hair, and she had a real positive attitude toward that, and she was teaching. They had done an ileostomy the first time. That's something on the small intestine up high, and then they restored it. I think it was several years later, she developed another tumor, slow-growing tumors, and she had a colostomy at that point, and she stayed on chemo for a little while. You know, it took a while to take care of it, but she was responding really, really well to chemo and so forth. She went through that situation for 14 years, from 62 to 76. And then she finally passed away. It finally got into her entire system. It metastasized. But she had a really good outlook on having the disease, and she lived with the disease, and she would really encourage her friends at that time. One of the teachers put her house coat on and, you know, didn't come out of it, and Mother would say, "Get out of your house coat and go do something." Mother was substitute teaching, even though she had a colostomy. She just went through it and did everything positively, and I think there is a brain-body connection. And not to say that those people that die of cancer suddenly, you know, she probably caught it early, and then the different medications, you know, took over and kept her in remission for a number of years.